Good morning, Tarkov. How we doing, guys? How we guys doing? Got a very interesting event today. I'll just go ahead and start off with the event because we got asked that a lot today, or we got asked that a lot yesterday. So I made a new little setup here so that, well, for one, hopefully the transitions work. Let's see if they work. Let's head over to chat. Oh, seems to be working. Seems to be working. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right, cool. I put a lot of work into those transitions to make it look cool, so it sucks when they don't actually work. But here we go. All right, cool. We're back on chat. Good morning, guys. Hope you guys had an interesting day yesterday. Should be an interesting day today since all of the bosses are spawning on Interchange. If you go to Interchange right now, you will meet every single one of the bosses in Escape from Tarkov there right now. That's today's event. And also to help with that, we've got this to help out. Oh, also, we've also got this. So we can do this, and we can do this, and then we can do that. There we go. So just for anyone that wants to come by and ask, that is today's event. Hopefully the music is not too loud. I think we'll put it right about there. But that's today's event. All bosses on Interchange, 100% spawn rate. If you go to Interchange right now, you will meet every single one of the bosses. Additionally to that, they do also spawn on their original maps. They just don't have as good of a chance to spawn there as they usually would. Yeah, it's Clown Guy. Welcome. Yes, I'm not going to live down the clown stuff. In case anyone doesn't know what's going on with the clown memes, I bet that after BSG did that post the other day saying we already know when 12.12 is going to release, I was just thinking, there's just no way. There's no way that they would do that. There's no way they would say it like that and then mean that it's going to be on 12.12. So I was like, hey, no way they're going to do that. If they end up doing it, I'll do a face reveal with a clown suit on. It's looking like that's what's going to happen. So I've got the clown suit ready. Not the clown suit because the clown suit got back ordered and it was $40. So I'm not buying another one. I'll have to figure out what to do with that. But we do have the wig and we have like the face paint and shit. So we'll figure out. You guys are going to have to do without, like, the clothing, but I'll have the wig and I'll look like a fucking idiot, so there you go. That'll have to be good enough for you guys. Take a look at those fucking scars, guys. Especially that bottom one. Those are the 5.56 scars, finally. It was funny because I made such a big deal how we haven't seen the 5.56 scar yesterday, and then look what we get on their Instagram page. We get the 5.56 scar looking badass. Looks fucking cool. Looks really cool. I can't wait to run those, especially that bottom one. That looks really cool. I'm not going to run it with that optic because that optic always tends to do weird things with like the sensitivity and stuff. With the flip up magnifier there for that holographic. But for that EOTech. But I'm definitely going to run it with like an EOTech. I'll run it with like an LCAN or something like that, whether it be 5.56 or 7.62, either one. That's going to be a lot of fun, so I can't wait for that. Again, if you guys are just joining us because we just had a big leap, I've got the event up on screen now for the rest of the stream, so you guys will know what's going on. All bosses on Interchange, 100% spawn rate. They can also spawn on their other maps as well, so don't get fooled. If you go over there and you're expecting not to find a boss, you will. There still is a chance that they'll spawn on their old maps. And we got the new scars up there, and oh yeah, another topic for today. So there was a leak from a data mine yesterday. I'm not going to show it, but I will talk about it. There was a leak from and this is like a real leak. This isn't a Nikki leak. This is like an actual leak because they data mined it and they found it in the game code. Something about the flea market locking down. So I'm not going to put it in a video. I'll talk about it a little bit, and then this is a good topic for while all of you guys are here because we can talk about this a little bit. Oh, I see Emperor there. Emperor is our new mod, so boop. Emperor, thank you for your help. And we should have Jack. We should have Jack around a little bit too. If we get up above the 500 mark again today, I'll see if I can grab a couple other people to help you guys out. Jack and Emperor, thanks for the help. What are they talking about? Oh, right. So actual leak, they were talking about the flea market shutting down. It was like the text that you would get for an event from one of the traders mentioning how they were having trouble with suppliers or something like that. And then having the flea market shut down. So if this wasn't BSG screwing with the data miners, which they have actually been doing lately, not like consistently, not like a lot either, but they don't like sometimes when the data miners give out info. so they might try to throw them off track with some of that stuff. That could be what's going on because it was yesterday and the timing of it made sense for it to be today's event, and that wasn't today's event. So unless it ends up popping up down the line, then we'll see what happens with that. But just be aware, just because the information's out there and I am an information channel, so I want to help you guys out. I'm just not going to make it a big deal. I'm not going to put it on the channel because that's going to screw with the economy. Just for you guys that are here right now, and if you want to tell your buddies, you can. The flea market might shut down completely. We just don't know when. So if you are fortunate enough to have a bit of money saved up, maybe grab a little bit of excess of what you have or what you would like to run if the flea market were to shut down. So, grab any of your meds, your ammo, your mags, your armor, your helmets, all that kind of stuff. Grab a little bit of extra of whatever you would like to run if the flea market did shut down, and you can be extra prepared if it were to shut down. Another thing that you can be prepared for is they're going to do not completely certain, but it's just that every single wipe they do have this where they will have it be a massive sale and then all of the traders unlock. So every single person in the game will have all of the traders fully unlocked. It doesn't matter how many tasks you've done, doesn't matter what level you are, doesn't matter. You're going to have full access to every single trader, and all of their items are going to be cheap. But also on the other side of that, though, is every item that you then sell is also going to be cheap. So you're not going to be able to make money unless it's from like completing a task or something, and you're probably not going to be completing too many tasks because there's going to be a lot of people playing. There's a lot of chads running around, stuff like that. Also, it's probably just going to be chaos in general with like bosses everywhere or cultists or whatever they end up doing for those events during that time. So I would save up some money and be prepared for that. That's just the usual stuff. And for anybody in chat that is interested in what's going to be happening, this is patch 12.12. I have probably somewhere in the range of 20 to 30 videos talking about this stuff. VoIP is coming. If you're worried about VoIP, they have a very good system in place for VoIP. They've been talking about it since they talked about adding VoIP to the game. There's a lot of very good things that you're going to be able to do with VoIP in terms of manipulating it to the way that you want it to be used in game. Mainly, like you can mute everybody but your party. Let's see what else they've talked about. You can also report people. Who knows how that's actually going to work? If you're going to be able to easily report people that are around you that are using the VoIP as like they're spamming the music and stuff like that. But you are going to be able to report people, and there are going to be bans for not only VoIP but also game profiles for misuse of VoIP. So people are going to lose access to VoIP, and then if it was depending on what they're doing or how many chances they've had or whatever, I guess, there's also going to be game bans for that VoIP as well. So trust me, Nikita was absolutely terrified of VoIP, so they've done a lot to make sure that VoIP is implemented correctly in Escape from Tarkov. That's going to be coming with this patch. Inertia is going to be coming with this patch. We talked about that a lot yesterday. It's going to be a game changer for sure. There's no doubt about that. But to the significance of how much it changes the game for you personally, that's very much a personal thing. So it depends on your movement, depends on what specifically you like about the game and what specifically you got, how specifically you tended to get your kills in those CQB moments, because we're not going to have that AD spamming anymore. At least it's not going to be as fast anymore. So did I drop frames? No. That was a bit weird. Why did we get such a weird drop? Hey, one's in chat if you guys can hear me. I'm assuming you guys, since you're not F. One's in chat if you guys can hear me. I do have some internet problems sometimes. The second I see a 1, I'll just keep talking. I'm not seeing one yet. Maybe there's a delay. Okay, there's one. We're good. All right, I do have internet problems sometimes, so we're good. Oh, shit. Yeah, nope, you guys. Yeah, you guys can definitely hear me. Okay, cool. Right, so the thing with Inertia is... we don't have any specifics on it yet. The ETS saw it, but that's under NDA. So if you are on ETS, make sure that you're not talking about it. But I did have another video that we talked about proper feedback for stuff like that. If you are the person that really dislikes Escape from Tarkov after Inertia is implemented, the thing that you are going to want to do, if you want to still play Escape from Tarkov, if you actually have some hope, if you're not just completely just want to forget about the game and say F this and head out, you should be looking for how you can give proper feedback for Inertia, not remove it, because BSG are not going to remove Inertia. They want Inertia in the game. They spent a lot of time making sure that it was around the best place that they can have it in terms of what they want in game, in terms of movement and momentum and Inertia. So if you're out there yelling for them to remove it, it's just not going to happen, and they're going to tune you out. You need to try and think of a way to make it easier for you to adapt, because that is something that they will work with. That is 100% something they will work with. And a perfect example of them doing that is something like the malfunction thing that we're going to be getting, the malfunction safe zone that we're going to be getting with 12.12 as well. A lot of people hated malfunctions, but it's a realistic thing. It happens with weapons in real life. So BSG wanted it in the game. And even though misfires are a little bit weird because they're not necessarily a malfunction, it's still a bullet, they are still going to be considered in this new safe zone. So for the top 5%, potentially top 10%, at least 5% is confidently confirmed here. The top 5% of any weapon's durability, you will not get a malfunction, period. Top 5%, brand new weapon, you will not get a malfunction. Now, however, there is a caveat to that. It is going to involve overheating of the weapon. So if your weapon overheats, which is going to be brand new for 12.12 as well, that can cause a malfunction even if you are in the top 5% of that weapon's durability. So be prepared for that. And that's like some mag dumping 500 rounds super quick kind of stuff. At least that's how I would perceive it. So we'll see what ends up happening with the overheating, and that's the extra thing. So that's a perfect example of BSG working with us. That's not real. You can get a misfire. You can get a misfire in the very first bullet you put into a brand new gun. There's lots of stuff that can happen. Maybe the gun was tuned incorrectly. Maybe it was overgassed or undergassed or something like that. There's tons of stuff that can happen to make the weapon malfunction, even if it's completely brand spanking new. And there they are adding a safe zone for us. So that is the kind of stuff that they can do to help with us, to help us adapt to new features, especially when there's such major features like inertia and stuff like that. So don't ask to remove, just ask for something to make it easier for you to adapt. And I guarantee they're totally up to helping with that. And I think those are the major. Oh, of course, Lighthouse. But Lighthouse, we're not getting the in-raid trader, and we are not getting the bosses on Lighthouse. The thing is also that's interesting is they were talking about underbarrel grenade launchers a while back as we were leading up to 12.12, and then once they knew that they weren't getting the bosses or the trader in for the first release of 12.12, they stopped talking about the underbarrel grenade launchers. I think that's kind of interesting. I also think that leans more towards my theory that the in-raid trader that we're getting with Lighthouse has those underbarrel grenade launchers, maybe some explosives, maybe some other launchers as well. We'll have to wait and see. But again, yeah, it's the first iteration of Lighthouse. It should be essentially the full map, excluding the area that the trader, the in-raid trader, and those bosses will be, which I think will be that one island that we saw on that. It's like a sunset picture with. I think I have it as the thumbnail today. Excuse me. And then anyone that's played Hired Ops, it's the Lighthouse map itself. On Hired Ops, that's that little kind of like offset little extra island little area. So I think we're going to be cut off from that. If we are, we're at least going to be cut off from part of it. And we'll see what happens with the second iteration, which should be coming Q1 next year, around that time. Some other rumors that we were getting in terms of like surprises and stuff. I don't think we're going to get surprised. Let me know if the music's too loud, guys. At Nice Guy Tarkov, me in chat, and say the music's too loud if it's too loud. Because it was showing up a little bit low yesterday in yesterday's VOD. Also, if you guys miss any part of the stream, you can rewind right now, and then the VOD will be up on the second channel. I'll link it up. I'll link up the VOD when it goes live on the second channel later today. A couple of the rumors that I'm seeing is in terms of surprises. I don't think they're gonna surprise us with like a whole ass feature. I don't think we're gonna get something brand new like this won't happen, but something like the custom rig feature, like something like that, something big like that. But they could surprise us with a couple of gear items. They could surprise us with a couple of guns, something like that. The G28 is totally up there and totally possible for stuff like that. And I'm hearing other things about extra grenades and stuff, and it's totally possible. It's totally possible that we get stuff that we've been waiting on for like literally over a year, like unique grenades and things like extra smoke grenades and extra equipment, extra optics, stuff like that. Could be possible to show up in 12.12. We're just gonna have to wait and see, but those are surprises. We don't have anything confident on that yet. And that is pretty much, and you guys got the scars up on screen, and we have the event up on screen. That should be everything from yesterday. Oh, and we talked about, we did talk about the actual leak, not the Nikki leak about the flea market. I'll add this one more time in here since we just had a bunch of viewers. jump in over the last couple minutes. There was an actual leak. It wasn't a Nikki leak. This was like a full-on actual leak from data mined information. It is possible that they will completely shut down the flea market as an event. It's not in game yet, but there was a data mined message like you would get from the traders saying that the flea market was going to completely shut down. It was something to do with supply or something. So that is one of those events that if it were to happen, that would be one of those like grand sweeping, like technically, you know, quote unquote worldwide events that you would see that would start to lead up to us getting messages from like the UN or the Russian government or something like that, which is going to then lead to, all right, the wipe is actually close. What's actually interesting about today's event is this is still local. This is still pretty local. So they're going to have to speed things up really quickly. If lore-wise it makes sense in terms of past wipes and stuff like that to have a wipe on Sunday, unless they just go 0 to 100 and then like tomorrow I would expect something like maybe the flea market thing will happen tomorrow, and then Friday it'll be something about the UN or something, and then Saturday, that's the day before. Saturday, that would be maybe another UN or another Russian government or something completely shutting down everything, and then that would be everything's on sale and all the traders unlocked and stuff, and then we get the wipe on Sunday. If that timeline ends up happening, then yeah, that makes sense. But right now, we're still local. These are still just gang leaders that are deciding to meet up on Interchange. They're just going to the mall. They're having a day out at the mall together. That's all that's happening today. All right, that was everything I wanted to cover today. Just to cap that off too, just be ready. The flea market might completely shut down. So do whatever you think would be good for you if you were wanting to play the game during that time. Try and grab a little bit of extra ammo, try and grab that armor, whatever you might want to grab to help you be able to play the game if the flea market were to shut down. It's not happening today. We don't have confirmation it's happening tomorrow. We don't actually know if it's happening at all. It's just a thing that popped up. It was an actual leak, and it's totally possible that BSG realized that leaked, and now they might not do it. Totally possible, but up to you. All right, let's get over to the chat questions here. I'm going to take a sip of coffee. Guys, it was absolutely insane yesterday. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to try my best to answer as many people as possible. If it's a repeat question, I'm going to try and answer that like much quicker, and then maybe even ask people, depending on the question, to try and rewind or catch the VOD, depending on the length of the question. And you have to @NiceGuyTarkov. So just like what Jim Twig, East Coast, and Alhop friend did there. So that pops up in orange. It makes it much easier because the chat's moving a mile a minute for me. So I have to be able to see where the questions are actually at. And we'll hang out. All right. Do you know if there will be a Tarkov podcast before 12? Oh, I completely forgot, guys. Completely forgot about the other thing. I'll link this in chat too. Trailer's coming up on Thursday, guys. There is going to be a 12/12 trailer. Also, if you guys end up heading off the stream or whatever, I will have a video later today. I'm going to do a quick video later today. Let's pull this up and I'll put this in chat. 29 hours. Can I just go to this, please? YouTube, thank you. All right, I'll put it up in chat. 29 hours and we're getting a trailer. This will be in the description for today's video, too. I'll talk about it in today's video as well. That's going to be going up pretty soon after the stream ends later today. It's not live right now. That link is just where to, wait or whatever. There's actually a lot. It's kind of funny. There's a lot of people that pop in there. Like I was chatting with Pesley in that chat the other day. So Thursday we are going to get a trailer yesterday. Or we are going to get a trailer Thursday. And I'm already behind. Oh, we got it. Definitely. I wouldn't say there's going to be a podcast. There is going to be a podcast for New Year's from the BSG offices, though. So at some point later this month, we are going to get a podcast. Will they give game ban of just VoIP bans of VoIP abuse? Yes. If I'm reading that correctly. You will get banned for something for VoIP. You can get VoIP removed for sure. Absolutely, you can get the VoIP, the ability to use VoIP removed from your account, but you can also get game bans. You guys can guess, I'm sure, what would lead you to get a game ban with the use of VoIP, but we'll see what ends up happening. Maybe you get a certain amount of warnings or something like that when it comes, or you get temporary bans, and then if you keep breaking it, they'll ban you or something. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that you can get game banned for VoIP, so be careful what you're doing. Love your content, and I'm very thankful that you do all this for the community. Keep it up. Thank you, Biggie. Would you be so kind as to ask Nikita about veterancy level? I don't really get to ask Nikita anything. There's little side conversations here and there, but stuff like that, as you guys might understand, it makes it kind of tough to have any kind of... it's not necessarily like a working relationship. If we just do like a podcast or something, I might be able to grab him for a little while. I might be able to do like a text Q&A here and there. Very, very low chance we get absolutely anything new leading up to 12.12. I think in terms of information and meeting with Nikita, the next time we're going to hear from him is after the patch is dropped. So yeah. When do you think we'll get patch notes? We're probably going to get patch notes about a week after the patch drops because they've just been doing that lately. Maybe there's some little things they'll drop during the on the day, but most recently when it comes to like new items specifically, they've been doing it. They're going this big surprise route lately. So I don't think we're going to get the actual official full list until a few days after the patch actually drops. When do you think we're getting factions? Not until later next year. UN and GRU are supposed to be roaming on streets, so maybe streets. You think the in-game trader will be on... I know the in-game trader will be on Lighthouse. That's confirmed already. It's you put in brackets there 12.12. It will not be on 12.12. The in-raid trader and the bosses for Lighthouse will not be in 12.12. It's going to be later next year. It's going to be a couple months. They're still waiting on some animation work to be finished for not only the trader but the bosses for Lighthouse. Do the traders become level 4 every wipe? Right before they wipe, they unlock all of the traders for everyone, no matter what level you are. Zach, chill with that. When do you think the game will get fully released? In terms of when the game will get fully released, last time Nikita did a Q&A, and that was like last week. It got a little iffy, I guess, when I mentioned the point about the lore quests. When last that we talked about like the full release setup, like what they would want in game in order to get a good idea of when they would want to release the game, is they would want streets in the game, they would want the custom rig and armor hitbox feature in the game, and they would want the lore quests in game because that's their most ambitious map, it's their most ambitious feature, and it's something that you absolutely need in the game to have a game, which is a story. So last that we had the full conversation on that was what Nikita mentioned. So that's going to be sometime next year when we'll have all that stuff, unless something's happening with the lore quest. Now I guess they might want the lore quest closer to release. Next time I do get to chat with Nikita, that's absolutely something that I'm going to be talking about. So having all of those features in the game and being able to see what kind of time and what kind of effort it took for them to complete those features will allow them to much more accurately estimate when the rest of the features that are needed in order to complete the game are going to be finished. So that's why they'll have the release window after that. And I'm already way behind with the questions, so I'm going to scroll through. If I missed your question, go ahead and ask it again. But just to catch up, I'm going to scroll down here. Are you interested in BSG adding buddy heals to PMC? Yeah, they're going to do that. That's awesome. They are going to do that. You're going to be able to pick people up when they go unconscious, and you're going to be able to drag them into cover and stuff like that. Can you explain what they mean by removing the clock and becoming open world? What do you imagine it like? Exactly like, DayZ or any other open world stuff. We talked about this a little bit yesterday too. There's potential where, not potential, but I think they are trying to find a way to make it so that the system that we have right now, where there is the raid timer, they're trying to keep, because it creates a new dynamic. Initially, the raid timer wasn't even supposed to be like part of the game. Like if they could snap their fingers and have the full game right in front of them, there wouldn't be a raid timer. It would just be open world. But because they had to add the raid timer for like server infrastructure and for testing purposes and whatever extra stuff in terms of development, it created this kind of extra side of the game that everyone actually really liked. So they're trying to find a way to keep it in the game. I'm just not sure how they're going to do that, and I don't think they're even sure how they're going to do that exactly yet. When will story elements start to get added? That's the lore stuff. That's what we were just talking about. So that should be sometime next year, unless for some reason Nikita's changed his mind about that. It's not too clear right now. But last time that I've had a confident response about that was he wanted it in along with streets and the custom armor, the custom rig and armor hitbox feature, so that they could get a proper release window figured out. Favorite scar build? Favorite scar build, that bottom scar right there, dude. That looks amazing. I'm not gonna run that optic on it, but that looks amazing. So we'll see. Do you think VoIP will be a company with character mouth movement? I very much, I'm going to go ahead and just say no. I very much doubt that's going to be a thing. But yeah, it'll be VoIP though, so it'll be cool. Will the previous day wipe events stay active, or they've been moving around? Some have stayed active and some haven't. Like right now, the cultists I think still spawn. Like I think the cultists still have their very good spawn rate, Night Factory. Also, the bosses weren't able to be found on their original maps a couple days ago, but now they are, on top of also being found on Interchange, so it moves around a lot. Do you think the stats for the Scar H will be similar to the old meta FAL before it got nerfed? I don't know. I actually don't know, so we're gonna have to wait and see. It will be cool to see what something that can also run a drum mag will compete with the SA58 though. That's for sure. You think the Scar will be in base stashes or after wipe? Jesse, ask that again. I'm not sure what you mean by stash. Do you mean like the Jaeger stashes, or do you mean like just start with? They're definitely not gonna start with it. Actually, I can't say definitely. That means totally possible, but I don't think they would. I don't think they would have that as a starter gun. If you mean just regular stashes, you can pretty much find anything in stashes. So I'd be surprised if you can't find scars in stashes, to be honest. Again, guys, if you guys have questions, try and put at Nice Guy Tarkov, like what Jesse did there, and like what Eddie did earlier, and what Akould did. It'll pop up as orange. It'll make it much easier for me to see your question. How do you think the Scar will fit into the meta? I think it's going to be up there, for sure. I think it's going to be up there, whether it be the 5.56 or the 7.62. At least the 7.62, I think is going to definitely fit up there. But we'll have to wait and see. When will Arena co-op offline be released? Those are two separate things. So the co-op offline, last that they talked about it, was it's a difficult thing to kind of get working with because they need a whole separate server infrastructure for security reasons. So they don't have a date on either. They don't have a date on either, but co-op offline will likely release before Arena, and Arena is, I think, going to end up being a DLC. We'll have to wait and see if we actually get that before release. Last time they talked about it. But he kind of stayed away from answering any specifics around those last time we talked. But hey, maybe after 12.12 we'll get some new answers. We'll see. What bullet Scar shoot in Tarkov? Scar is going to be two versions. There's going to be a 5.56, and then there's going to be a 7.62. So 308, quote unquote 308, and 5.56. What do you think about Arena release date? Yeah, like I was just saying, Dota. Nikita kind of shut down in terms of information around Arena. We don't think we're gonna get it before release at this rate. Given what he said and how he said it recently, it's absolutely gonna be a DLC. I actually just did a recent video on that, Dota, talking about Arena. He did confirm that if you he didn't confirm it. The head of PR at BSG messaged me and said that the Arena will be included in EOD. So if you have the Edge of Darkness edition of Escape from Tarkov, you will not need to pay extra for the Arena mode. That's going to be, I guess, if you have EOD, that's considered DLC for that. But actually, in terms of how it's going to fit into the game, it's actually considered like a separate game because it's going to have its own server infrastructure and all that. And with the amount of work going into it, we don't actually know if we're going to get it before release or not. And last we talked about it, or last we asked about it, he wasn't very clear and he kind of didn't want to talk about it. So no talking with that one. Oh, the scars over that one. Sorry, I got to put it under the chat, the alert box. My bad there, Last Beat. Tarkov. Oh, maybe they will add Black Division as a surprise like Cultist. That's the theory right now. So they are very shut down with the Black Division, but we keep seeing patches all over them whenever they're at the range on their Instagram and stuff like that. The one thing that Nikita always talks about with the Cultists is that people like me were able to find their work in progress stuff and the lore around the Cultists and know that the Cultists were coming, basically. They're not going to let that happen with Black Division. So they're going to try and let the Black Division be as much of a surprise as possible and give as little information about the Black Division as possible. I am not going to be surprised at all if Black Division drops randomly at any given patch, and we have absolutely no idea what they're doing or where we can find them or what gear they're going to be using at all, because that's probably going to be what's happening. They're not telling us anything. Anytime we bring it up, they say, "What's the Black Division?" Stuff like that. Thanks for your 5 there, Lofty. I remember they did what with the DMR, and I was hoping they'd do it with the Scar as a starting gun after wipe. I don't think they will, but we'll see. How do you think the USP will compete with the M1911 and M45? Well, you're going to have a hell of a lot more rounds. I think you're going to have like twice the rounds at least with the USP. You can get up into... Can't you get up into like... Aren't we talking like 18 to 20-ish, something like that, shots with the USP? And the fire rate might be much more, and also the ergo might be much more, especially with all the attachments that you can put on it, stuff like that. So I just think it's going to be cool in general, because along with the suppressor with the UMP, I'm going to completely be able to relive my Modern Warfare 2 days with a USP in my pocket and a UMP suppressed with a red dot on it. It's going to be cool. If you are under 18, would you get removed from VoIP? I don't think so. I think I actually think there's like isn't there something that you need to approve or accept or something that says you're over 18 for this game? Or no? I don't know. I don't actually know with that, because it's a violent game. Isn't there something you have to say with that? I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what they're going to do with that. What faction do you think we will have the North Face jacket? Also another one I don't know. I think that's the first time we've seen that. Maybe they've alluded to that. Maybe we've seen some screenshots of it. But I'm not sure with that one. Could be either or. Off topic, but what are suppressors for the AK is not nearly as good in terms of recoil reduction as the M4 platform? I think it's because of the gas. It's probably because of the gas of the bullet. I don't actually know though. I'm not a good person to answer that question. Sorry, bud. We're gonna get a dono here in a sec.
Microwave.
At Noise Sky Tarkov, do you think they will update the in-game maps for new players?
Do you think they will update the in-game maps for new players? So the in-game maps are definitely going to get updated at some point, but it's not like it's going to be telling you stuff. It's those maps are up to you to like figure stuff out and find where items are. Other than that, I think they're going to leave it up to content creators to like make new map guides and stuff to help you guys out. If that answers your question. Thank you for the 5. If it doesn't, hit me again and I'll make sure I answer it. Where are we? What faction do you think will have the North Face? Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Got that one. My guess is Trader Sale will be at the same time that 12/12 trailer launches. Then if so, wipe on Sunday. What do you think? No, I think it would be Saturday. Definitely not Thursday. That's too early if it's going to be Sunday. Because they tend to do it like 24 hours. Because the game kind of, the second they do that event where everything's on sale and everything's unlocked, it gets stale like super quick, like 8 hours super quick. So they tend to do that like right before. So I would say, I don't think it's going to happen, but absolute earliest would be like Friday, if it's going to wipe Sunday. Do you think the double barrel shotgun will be able to shoot both barrels at once? I'm not actually sure, but I am willing to bet that you can do it very quickly. Do you think EFT needs economy reworks? What is stream backdrop from? The stream backdrop was actually custom made for me. That was my buddy that does environment art in the game industry. He specifically made that for me. It's cool. You can find him on actually I think there should be a command. If you do !art, I think there's a command to go check out Dana on Twitter because he's awesome. Okay. I'm getting lost here, guys. Sorry. Okay, so the thing with the EFT economy obviously needs a rework, but it's also just going to get reworked, period, because this is very much a work in progress economy. There's going to be things that are added to it. The player numbers are going to go up and down, and a lot of things are going to change between now and launch. So right now it's kind of more of like an exploratory kind of thing. In terms of where the economy is and what items cost what and how much they spawn and stuff like that. Internally, they have all of their reasons for having new items or old items or very expensive or very meta items costing or have the spawn rate that they do. And then I don't expect anything to really be untouched between now and full release, if that makes sense. Do the weapon presets reset with the wipe? I don't think they will, unless they say something otherwise. What should stay is your examined items and your weapon presets. At least that's what's been happening the last couple wipes. So if you want that free XP, then and you don't mind losing your weapon presets, then reset your account before the wipe, and you'll get that free XP for your like level 2 or 3, whatever the hell it is. Also, when you reset your account, personally, I like having my account reset and having to examine everything because I'll just examine everything. But also, it helps me figure out what items I haven't earned yet. So, like keys and stuff. So, no matter what, if I find a key and it's not examined, then I know I don't have that key, and then I'll quickly rat that up into the secure container there. I'm gonna scroll ahead, guys. Sorry again if I haven't answered your question. There's too many. If I haven't answered it, then re-ask it, and hopefully I'll get to it. When is the face reveal? The face reveal with the clown suit, aka the face, because the suit didn't come in, is going to be Sunday. If the game wipes on Sunday, if the game wipes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or anything after that, I'm not doing the face reveal. But if it wipes on Sunday, I'll do the face reveal with the clown suit because that was the deal. That was the deal. If it wipes on Sunday, I'll do the face reveal. Otherwise, no. Will the level for Flea stay the same? It should stay the same. It's at 15 right now. It should stay the same. And we had 2 people ask that, so there. We should get a dono here in a second. USEC Microwave. Where are you?
USEC Microwave.
At Noise Sky Tarkov, have you heard anything on adding more poison elements and radiation?
Absolutely.
Your thoughts on how they will be implemented into the game?
Absolutely. So there's going to be regions of the game that is radiated. At least this is the last time that they talked about it. In terms of chemical leaks and radiation and stuff like that, there's going to be things that are significant environmental hazards that are going to be coming with that. But also there's going to be like gas grenades. There won't be like, it's not going to be like mustard gas unless the scavs get up to something sneaky or the cultists or something. But there will be environmental hazards both in the environment and then also something that you can make happen, like some kind of event or something that you can make, like if you turn a switch or whatever, it starts leaking or something like that, or it starts at a chem plant or something like that, or if you blow up a barrel and it's got chems in there, something will happen with that. But then also we're getting like incendiary grenades, and then also just basic smoke. If you don't have a gas mask on, just basic smoke will make you cough. At least this is the plan. Everything that I'm talking about, guys, is planned. This is stuff that they talked about. Just your basic smoke grenade, if you walk through that without any kind of respirator or a gas mask on, you'll cough and you'll smoke, and you might even, depending on how long you've been in there, there will be an animation where you like cover your face and stuff. So you don't want to sit in there without a gas mask or whatever. But there'll also be CS gas and stuff like that. Most recently, when we talked to Nikita, he confirmed that again. So that is planned and that's coming. All of that's coming. All of that is planned. Grenades are coming.
Boss.
Zach, thank you very much for the 20. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't know what currency that is, but I really hope that's not $200. You don't need to do that. Please don't do that.
USEC Microwave.
What do you personally think about VoIP? I think there are chances that you will see a rat playing Irapi music while stealing graphics cards in Interchange, or that you will meet a guy who roleplays Tarkov.
Weber, you will see for yourself very soon after 12.12 drops. That's not going to be a problem. That's all I'll say. I really hope that's not like 200 US. Please don't do that, guys. It's cool. Oh, now we're getting a bunch of donations for questions. I'm trying to get you guys that don't donate as well.
Best
I'm trying.
News content. We all appreciate your dedication. Keep up the good work.
That one's easy because it's not a question. Kanan, thank you very much for the 10. Appreciate it. Again, I'm trying my best here, guys. Hopefully, I'm getting some answers out. Do you think they should add in-raid events like scav reinforcement wave or special loot areas with heavy guards? There's going to be a lot of stuff that's coming for sure. There's going to be like the UN and the GRU and stuff like that are going to be hunting players. There's going to be specific movements and ways that bosses and their bodyguards go about doing things. Patrols with the UN and the GRU and the Russian, maybe not Russian regulars, depends on how they do the Russian regulars, but GRU at least, stuff like that.
USEC Microwave.
Yo Noise, I'm just wondering if you'll be doing anything in week 1 of wipe content wise, or if you'll be doing something else in the meantime.
I don't know what you meant by the second part there, but yeah, absolutely. So, every single day up until the game wipes, whenever that is, I'm going to keep doing this Good Morning Tarkov stream just to help inform you guys and just hang out. And then also the day that the wipe actually happens, if it's on Sunday, I'll be wearing a clown suit for this. If it's not Sunday, regardless, I'll still be live, but we're going to jump on, and we're not going to be leveling, but we're going to be trying to check out as much as we can. And primarily, we're going to be jumping on Lighthouse. So we're going to go to Lighthouse, and as soon as I possibly can, I'm going to learn all the extracts. That's going to be one video, strictly just the extracts. In terms of like people might want to explore the map. They might not want to know the map as soon as possible. They might want to do it themselves, but they might want to know how to get out of there. So I'll do a video for the extracts. And then also I do want a 5-minute map guide to Lighthouse. So everything Lighthouse in 5 minutes or less in the first week. Whenever it ends up wiping, I want that done in the first week. So that's my goal. And then once that's done, I'll be talking about the scars. I'll be talking about inertia and VoIP and all that stuff. And I'll try to show off and do as much as I can for that. And then also everybody and their mother is inviting me to like podcasts and play with them and stuff like that. I'm trying to figure out how to handle that. Just expect if someone does Escape from Tarkov content, you might find me either on their podcast or on their stream or just hanging out with them in general. Just for the near future or just in general now. Like just yesterday I was playing what's that game? I was playing Thunder Tier 1 with Clean for like 4 fucking hours yesterday. So also just stuff like that. Also some podcasts and stuff, but nothing's confirmed yet, so I'll let you guys know when I do. Do you think people will abuse VoIP reporting from Rage, etc.? Even if they do, it won't really matter. So it'll be like if you get a lot of people reporting you. They've done that before. So they've had to deal with people with false reports with the hacking and stuff and the cheaters and stuff. So it'll be the same thing with VoIP reporting for sure. I wouldn't be too worried about it. And if it is, then we can speak up and we'll BSG will work with us. Do you think that the 308 SCAR will finally rid us of the MDR meta? I do, because you should be able to get the drum mags with that one, but the Ergo you might not be able to compete with the Ergo that you get with that bullpup with the MDR. We'll have to wait and see with that. I do think that absolutely, especially for the 308 SCAR, I think it's going to have a very good place in the meta though. Do you stream gameplay yourself? I do. Just not recently. I'm kind of like a news guy. That's just a personal decision to stick with information instead of gameplay. But that's going to be happening. Like I said, I've been invited to like pretty much anyone that does Tarkov stuff has invited me to come do something with them. So we'll see what happens. And then once I confirm something, I'll let you guys know. Is there any clarification for what can't get you banned on VoIP? You can imagine what can get you banned on VoIP, man. Whatever you could. It's not going to be like. You're not going to. So if you're playing music and stuff, you're probably going to get VoIP removed if you get if reported. And then I'm sure you can think of some ideas that would get you banned for what you could possibly say through the internet that someone would want to report you for that would get you banned. It doesn't take much of an imagination. How bloated do you think servers will get specifically on Lighthouse? I think it's going to get significantly bloated. This is the biggest patch that they've had in years, especially anytime they get a new wipe. Anytime there's a new map, that's big. But the player numbers have increased. A lot of people took a lot of time off, if not the entire patch last wipe. I'm going to turn that down. I'm seeing a lot of people took last patch off because they didn't think there was that much to it. And there's a lot of reasons to come back for this one, including the new map, the new features with VoIP and inertia, new guns, lots of new content, all that stuff. I'm sure there's going to be a pretty significant boost for this one. Do you know anything about when the possibility of mounting a compact red ore? I'm assuming you meant red dot on top of the L-can. I don't actually know. We keep asking Nikita about that. That's like the biggest meme. We don't actually know what's going on with that. There's actually artwork from the original game that already has a red dot up there. It has like a RMR or something up there, and we still don't have that. So we don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. What's your opinion on the current MDR meta? MDR meta is just if you want 20 rounds in your magazine and you want to go run that, then you can go run that. I kind of already answered that. I think the SCAR might overtake it in terms of the amount of ammunition that you can bring with you. And I think you're going to see a lot of stuff that comes into play around like suppression and stuff with the inertia. And I think having more ammo is going to be better. So I think the SCAR will have its place for sure. I don't know where it'll fit around the MDR or the SA58 or the SR25 or the, why am I blanking on it? RSAS.
Sec microwave.
Do you think BSG can really make a real open world in the future? I need that.
Absolutely, yeah. So the thing that is going to possibly... Is that still covering the donation? I don't have it up, but I think we're going to get another one here in a sec. Hopefully the Scar isn't going to be covering it now. I thought I fixed that. Sorry about that. No, absolutely. So the only thing that would change in terms of open world is they've talked about... they've admitted that they don't think they can get streets in with that. So if they do end up doing quote-unquote open world, streets itself will be one location, and then everything else will be its own. Because streets is like twice the size of every single other map put together. So if they end up doing the quote-unquote open world, Streets of Tarkov will still end up being its own thing, and then you're going to have to do something else. There's going to be some kind of load screen or something involved in order for you to then leave Streets and then access the rest of the map. That's what they talked about. Bare minimum map-to-map travel, absolutely. I guarantee they can get the map-to-map travel, whether it be with the train or load screens or whatever. But yeah, okay, you don't need to do that, Darth Vader. We'll see what that dono is here in a second. I saw that pop up. I'm trying to get to everyone's questions, guys. I'm sorry. But no, for sure, like I said, with the map-to-map, guarantee map-to-map travel, and then for open world, Streets might be its own thing. With Scar LTs too. Scar L is what you're looking on the screen there, bud.
We will play together when wipe happens, right? Lol, this is Sturban, love you, brother.
Sturban, you didn't need to do that. That's the guy that owns all of our craziest ships in Star Citizen, by the way. Anyone that's playing Star Citizen with us. Thanks, Sturban. Appreciate you, dude. Don't know if I'll be around for 316 because I kind of got some Tarkov stuff going on. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. You think the Scar H will be like a more modern SA-58? Well, no. I think it's going to have its own characteristics because I think it's kind of got its own style to things. And I don't mean like style in terms of looks because obviously it does, but I mean like its own kind of ergonomics style and way it functions in game. I think it's going to be different.
THX for the news updates in short video formats less than 3.
Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate you. How do you envision Tarkov's future after full release and DLCs are out? OMG, it's Wolfie. I've made so many videos talking about that. I actually get shit for it. So go check those out. Go check those out. I think I did one like most recently, like 2 weeks ago. So for sure, go check that out. I don't have my thing up right now, so I can't see it, but it should be like, I don't know. I think I've even literally named it that before or titled that before. If you look around on the videos, I guarantee you'll find it in the most recent like month or so. Will there ever be a system? Will there ever be a session system like in Cycle, or how would open world work? We don't know a whole lot about open world other than what I just discussed. So there's going to be that open world where Streets might have its own location, and then everything else is a separate location. And then whenever you want to get to your hideout, there's going to be certain ways that you're going to get to your hideout, whether it be extraction points or whether it be specific static doors that stay there. Maybe you go into a sewer system like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I believe actually that was confirmed because I remember making a thumbnail with a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle in it. Stuff like that. But that's all we know right now. Did they confirm or deny if they are going to be a ranked system for? Absolutely, yes, there will be. Yeah. Arena is the answer to everyone that has ever played a different first-person shooter game and have said something along the lines of, I wish this was in Tarkov, or I wish this worked like Tarkov. That's how they've described it. So it's going to have everything that other first-person shooter games kind of mimic or kind of do differently, or quote-unquote do better if it goes towards like the more competitive side of things. That's Arena. And it's got its own separate server infrastructure for it. They're going to have like the tick rate stuff. I forget what the proper number is. I've done a few videos on Arena, so if you go check those out, you'll get the proper information that's fresh out of my brain. And even if it's fresh, if it's a fresh video, it's fresh from Nikita himself. So go check out my Arena videos if you want more specifics on that. You think the Scar H will be like a more modern SA-58? Again, I think it's going to have its own personality. I very much think it's going to have its own personality. So we'll see. Do we know if there's going to be a prerequisite for unlocking Lighthouse? I very much doubt there will be. Very much doubt there will be. Now, when the trader eventually shows up later, there might need to be. Actually, I think that was confirmed. I think you do need some kind of special key or access or something in order to not get shot by the bosses, but you could just shoot the bosses and then get to the trader yourself when they do end up showing up. He talked highly of you in the last podcast. Figured you two were at least in comp. Well, the thing is like he has a different kind of respect for the audience that I have now. And actually, there's actually been a couple of times when when I've wanted to do podcasts and stuff, or when I've not podcasts, but I want to do Q&As and stuff, that they actually have to treat it as like a press release because I get so many views on this stuff so quickly. It spreads very quickly. So there's a different kind of, it's just different. They have to set stuff up differently in terms of how we do our Q&As and stuff. Which is why I was very thankful for Pesley to invite me to his. Will we have a black and tan lower receiver for the scars or just tan? I don't know. I really don't know. Whatever we've seen is what we know so far. Is there a feature of mechanic that isn't planned that you would like to see implemented? Feature or mechanic that isn't planned that you would like to see implemented? Honestly, they've fucking done a really great job. Vaulting, I wanted vaulting. Vaulting's coming. The unconscious state is coming. The being able to pick people up with that unconscious state is coming. The more advanced grenades are coming. I thought vehicles would be cool, but never be added. And hell, even vehicles are coming, but not exactly the way it works in every other game. If you guys need to know about that, I've made a couple videos talking about that. They're more of like a taxi service than you being able to have a vehicle. Honest to God, there's a reason why I'm such a nerd for this game, and I think it's because they really nailed it in terms of what they have planned. Honest to God. But yeah. Any more facial features coming with 12.12? Nikita leaks some faces in his Instagram live stream. Not past what we saw a few weeks ago. I don't think so. I think those are bosses or something, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get some more PMC faces, but I'm not exactly sure. And I didn't see that live stream. Pretty much all of his live streams are in like Russian, so I never know what's going on, and I just get lucky if he shows like a monitor or something. That's pretty much how those work. I did have to scroll down, guys, so if I missed your question, ask it again. And we are leading up towards the end of the stream here. I like to keep these to about an hour. So we got about another 10 minutes here. If you have a question that you absolutely need answered today, try and put it in chat. Somebody on Twitter leaked that the flea market will be disabled in the next few days. Yeah, Angry Cat, we talked about that. So that was a legitimate leak. That's not a Nikki leak. And it's a very strong possibility. Yeah, it is a very strong possibility that BSG saw that and they might not make it happen because of that. Because obviously that would have skewed the economy quite significantly. So something like that they would have wanted to be a surprise. And there's a very good chance that it doesn't happen now because of that. Especially around the timing that happened, it would have made sense for that to be today's event, and it's not. So we'll see what ends up happening with that. Either way, if you guys are interested in still playing the game when something like a flea market lockdown happens.
At Noise Guy Tarkov, with the success of Tarkov, does that pique your interest in Russia 2040 or future battle state games?
It's Russia 2028. Russia 2028 is the one after that. And absolutely, yeah, I'm into single player games, so I'm going to be covering Russia 2028 when it releases. This channel is Tarkov Central. It's like I don't even know what the proper word would be. It's just Escape from Tarkov. The Escape from Tarkov universe is what this channel will be covering for the next decade. So everything Escape from Tarkov, all through full release and DLC and all that stuff, up and through Russia 2028, all of that stuff. That's all going to be on here. Very interested. What was I talking about? I think I was talking about the flea market stuff. Right. So if you are interested in playing the game with a flea market lockdown, try and grab and hoard up a couple of things that you might want if you were going to play during that. But very good chance that it doesn't happen now. We'll see. What do you think will be surprise addition in this patch? I'm thinking we'll see a few new guns, maybe. There has been a lot of work in progress guns shown off that have said that they weren't going to be in this patch, but they very well could be. And I don't think it's going to be anything like a significant feature or anything. Maybe there's some things that we can do on Lighthouse where we flip a switch and something cool happens and stuff like that they haven't talked about. We'll see what happens with that trailer on Thursday, which, by the way, if you haven't seen, there is going to be a trailer on Thursday. That's the link to the the waiting room or whatever. And, of course, whenever that trailer pops up, I'll make a video talking about what's in it and what we can find and stuff like that on Thursday. Has there been any more news on different nationalities for PMCs? No, and I don't think they're going to do it. That's a very rough subject, Ivan, and I think they're sticking to the point that, generally speaking, in the environment that they're in and the location that they're in and the times that they're in, they're sticking with who they got. That's not me. That's BSG, and that's totally one of those things that I get. I agree with for sure. But you're gonna need to take that up with BSG and see if they budge at all with that. But that's what they've
microwave.
You're my go-to for Tarkov news. Thanks for all the news and updates.
Sin, thank you very much for the 5. Appreciate the kind words as well. Thank you. What are you most look forward to as a content creator? We all love what you are most excited. Honestly, it's just this game. I wouldn't make my channel primarily about this game if I didn't love everything about it. So, love everything is a little bit weird, but it's just I very much appreciate everything that they're doing with this game, and I love to play it. So, otherwise, I wouldn't have. I don't know how many hours actually. I stopped paying attention. I have over like 5,000 hours in it. So, yeah. What about the volume of the voice you speak in? Will there be something like a whisper mode? That's a good question. We're going to have to wait and see. Is there going to be facial expressions? I do not think so. I don't think they're going to do that. But in terms of just like what I'm most looking forward to and stuff, just to make sure we get that answered, it's just content. I like having new things to do and use and see and stuff like that. So having new maps and new gear and stuff is good. Do you think we will see dynamic loot soon? We kind of already have it. That was a huge topic months ago. We already have that. So yeah, scroll back a few months on the channel there. You'll see a bunch of videos talking about dynamic loot. Is the SCAR only going to be 556? No, it's 308 and 556 as well. So 762, 551, and 556. Are we getting new clothing for Bear? I think we're getting new clothing for both. Is there going to be facial expressions? No, I don't think there are. I don't think there's going to be. SCAR L and H, correct? Yeah, it's going to be the 308 and the 556. Are the cultists on Interchange too? I don't think so. Actually, that's a good point. I don't think so. I think they still have a good chance of spawning Night Factory though. JX player, you just added me but didn't ask a question, so sorry. Favorite Gene Bird track? Honestly, a lot of these are bangers. It's probably the OG Rules of Engagement though. Actually, is Rules of Engagement the OG? I forget. Whatever the OG, like the initial, I think it's Rules of Engagement. We're probably going to get a new one with this trailer on Thursday too, which will be cool. If you were offered a streamer item in game, what would you want? Honestly, I don't know, and that would freak me the fuck out if there was one. So they can. I'm fine with not. I'm fine with not having one, to be honest. Some people were saying like a pin, if they were gonna do like a pin with my face, or if they're gonna do like a newspaper, or if they're gonna do like a coffee mug or something. Maybe a clown mask at this rate. I don't know. Maybe there will be a clown mask. But honestly, I'm perfectly fine if they don't do one. Do you think there is gonna add English voice lines to Bear? They said broken English. They said that was planned. JX, again, you asked a question without adding me, so you just added me. I don't know what's going on there. Will quest progression be more flexible, or is everyone going to converge on the gold pocket watch simultaneously again? Everyone's going to converge on the gold pocket watch simultaneously again. Yep, that's going to happen. But with the daily quests and stuff, maybe there'll be a little bit, but no, people are going to be camping that stuff for sure. There's actually a big meme going on Reddit right now where they're going to make a bigger deal out of camping the bronze pocket watch. I did the same thing. I keep calling it gold pocket watch, but it's actually bronze pocket watch. There's a big thing about people camping that this white for some reason. Streamer item would be a clown. Yeah, exactly. There might be clown mask or something. What's your personal favorite earphones in game? I don't really have one. I think I just go for the Comtacs because it's like what my little emoji face uses. Generally speaking, I don't really have one. I just don't use the Gishes because I know the Gishes are shit. So it's like the Comtacs or the Razors or something like that. Do you think we will get boss at release? No, I know we will not. We will not get the boss or the bosses or the trader on the first release of Lighthouse. We are not getting that, guys. Any other guns confirmed? No other guns confirmed, but we could be getting some surprise ones. Other than the MTS 255, the SCAR L and H, the USP 45, and the double barrel shotgun. Thanks for doing these streams. Just want to ask if you're doing all right. So many streamers overload themselves. No. So leading up, I knew I didn't know a date. Like I don't get extra information like than you guys get, but I knew that this was coming. I've been and I'm getting a lot of shit with like the clown mask and saying, oh.
Thank you for all the hard work you do to keep us updated.
Bobby, appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words. Thanks for the 5. I get a lot of shit for saying it's not going to happen on 12/12, but I knew months ahead of time that this was going to be a wipe. I just knew it. It just made sense. So I was prepping for this to happen. So I'm doing perfectly fine. This is what I like to do. So we're good. What do you think will be the next caliber they add? 408 shy. Is it 408 shy tac or 4? Gun guys in chat, help me out. It's something shy tac. It's 402 or 40 something shy tac. I think is probably gonna be the next thing they add. What is your thoughts on the update forcing people to change their fast-paced style to slow down? It's not necessarily an update. It's what they've been planning all along. So, yeah, BSG wanted that in the game. So inertia is what you're talking about. Then that's coming. And unfortunately, it wasn't really, talked about outside of channels like mine that we knew what was coming. So yeah, it's not necessarily like something to get offended over. Like that's always been the plan. That was always going to happen. So if you're on the other side of that coin, like something like if you utterly hate it, but you think you can adapt to it, so what you should be doing is looking for ways to help you adapt or have them help you adapt to it. If you ask them to remove it, they're just going to tune those people out. You should be looking to maybe they can tone it down a little bit to help people out, stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that you should be looking for feedback. Or unfortunately, just if it's just that bad for you, just move on and enjoy the time that you already had because that's always been coming. And the same thing is going to happen with PMC Karma. I made a video recently talking about that. I consider in terms of the size and the type of the community that we have for Escape from Tarkov between Inertia and PMC Karma, that's the end game. That's when we're really going to shape what the community is going to look like at release. Because those are the two last features that would really throw somebody off with this game. So we'll see what ends up with that. The Sherpa program, damn it. Okay, we're not doing anything with that. We're not doing anything with that yet, ever. Do you think bosses will also have Inertia or still? No, of course they will. There might be some bugs here and there to make them snappy because they need to be difficult, but that's always something that they can tune. Do you know why regular scavs shoot in the air? I know they shoot some... I don't actually know what you're talking about there, Sue. Do you think the VoIP will be mainly used by trolls? Or no, it'll be, of course, it's Escape from Tarkov. There's going to be lots of people that use it for lots of different things. The trolls are going to die off pretty quick because of the report feature, though. All right, lightning round. Let's get a couple last questions here. Respect for keeping the community up to date. Thanks, King. King Gunkind? Because we're over time here. I try to keep these at an hour, and we're over that right now. Whatever happened to the mag refill animations? Still coming. Actually, that's another good one. Actually, people are gonna hate that. Actually, they might not necessarily hate it. It's just if anything, I might like the mag fill animations better because you won't have to have your inventory open and you can actually see better. Any news on rangefinders? Those are planned. There's going to be a couple things coming with those too. There's a bug that scavs shoot the broken glass in dorms and gas station right now. I'm sure BSG know about it, so we'll see if they fix it by 12/12. Will you be able to use VoIP as a scav? The word on the street is that you will be able to hear people as a scav, but you will not be able to communicate back to them. So we'll see. After stream, you will delete this video. I can't find your stream yesterday. Second channel, guys. That's a good point. So VOD, I cannot keep the VODs on the main channel because YouTube fornicating hates me when I do that. So I can't do that. I can't do that anymore. So the VODs are going to go up on the second channel. If you check my Twitter and if you check Discord, actually it's probably a good idea if I put that in like the comments of. Actually, there's no comments. I'll put it in the description of today's video and stuff too, and I'll put yesterday's in the description of yesterday's video as well. The VOD's going to go up on my second channel. VODs are going to be found on the second channel for all streams from now on. All right, last couple questions here, guys. Did they stealth change the normal scav AI for the pre-wipe events? I don't know. I don't actually know. There's been some new AI changed over the last couple weeks. I don't think they did anything specific for the events. Yeah, I just don't know. Do you think in this next patch they will release a second part? No. 12.12 is not going to have the second part of Lighthouse. 12.12 is not going to have the trader, and it's not going to have the bosses. That's coming later. That's coming in a few months. When do you think they'll handle machine guns, Barretts, and like really heavy weapons? I don't think just carrying it like a normal gun would make much sense. They actually specifically said the mounted weapons are not going to be able to be carried anymore. We might be able to reload them though. And when it comes to Barretts, I don't think they're going to add a Barrett, but I think they are still going to add 50 BMG or something alike. And the machine guns, they're going to get. We'll have the PKP and we'll have the RPD and the PKM and stuff like that. Any news on advanced animations? Not more than what we had with the Nikita podcast with Pestily a little while back. Will the voice be toggle or will it be on full time? VoIP is off by default. You will need to turn VoIP on at the beginning of the wipe in order to use it. And you can toggle it, I believe. I think. Not that I would know. All right, that's it. That's it, guys. That's going to do it for Good Morning Tarkov, guys. We're going to be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern U.S. time. There's going to be a video talking about today's event and just stuff in general in the next hour-ish up on the main channel. If you guys missed anything from this stream, the VOD is going to be up on the second channel. That's just flat out Nice Guy. It's got like, I don't know, 3,000 or whatever subs or whatever. If you're looking at the difference, there's Nice Guy Tarkov and there's Nice Guy. VOD's going to be on the second channel. Thank you guys very much for hanging out today. Thanks for all the donos. Hope you guys are excited for the patch. As excited as I am. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. See ya. Oh, I can't screw that up. I hope you have a nice day. See you guys.